Good afternoon, dear children. We are learning the chapter Force and Pressure from Science book. This is chapter number 11. In previous class, we learned about push and pull work is called force. And the actions like picking, opening, shutting, all are push or pull type of force. In activity 11.1, we are to find out or identify the actions given in the description box, whether grouped as a push or pull, like moving a book placed on a table, opening or shutting door, drawing a bucket, football player taking a penalty kick, and opening dryer, etc. So from these actions we learned about that all the activities that we do need to push or pull. Thus we can say that the motion imparted to objects was due to action of a force. Now we will learn when does a force come into play. So for this we'll start from article 11.2. Forces are due to an interaction. Suppose a man is standing behind a stationary car. Stationary car means which is at rest. Will the car move due to his presence? No, it is not possible. Suppose the man now begins to push the car, that is, he applies a force on it. The car may begin to move in the direction of the applied force. Note the man has to push the car to make it move. And of course, the direction in which the man apply the force, in that very direction there is a chance to move of the car. Now there are some figures here, like figure 11.3a, two girls, who is pushing whom? In figure B, who is pulling whom? And in figure 3c, who is pulling whom? Here the person pulling the cow and also the cow is pulling. So there is a pulling force acting on each other. In figure 11.3 ABC shows that the situations may be familiar to you. Can you decide who is pulling and who is pushing in these cases? In figure A, both the girls appear to push each other, while the pair of girls in figure B are trying to pull each other. Similarly, cow and the man appear to pull each other. The girls in the two situations shown here are applying force on each other. Is it also true for the man and the cow? Yes. From these examples, we can infer that at least two objects must interact for a force to come into play. So, interaction is necessary for the action of the force. Thus, an interaction of one object with another object results in a force between two objects. So, now from this part or paragraph, we find out the answer of the questions. When does a force come into play? So, the force come into play when there is an interaction between two objects. For example, when two magnets are kept near to each other, either they pull or push each other. That means there is an interaction between the two magnets. If these magnets are kept far apart, then there is no interaction between them and no pull force or push force acts between them. So, interaction is necessary for the action of force. Next, exploring forces. Let us try to learn more about forces. There is an activity 11.2. Choose a heavy box like a table or a box. Choose a heavy object like a table or box which you can move only by pushing hard. So you can choose any object try to push it all by yourself. Can you move it? Now ask one of your friends to help you in pushing it in the same direction. Is it easier to move it now? And can you explain why? So when another friend joins to do the same work in the same direction, now it becomes easier to move the object, because then both of we are applying greater force to move the object. Next, push the object, but ask your friend to push it from the opposite side. Does the object move? If it does, note the direction in which it moves. So there is a possibility of the movement of the object if one of the force that applied by your friend and you is greater than anyone. And if both of you are apply the same force from opposite direction, there is no chance of movement of the object. So here you can see, suppose you are applying a force F1, your friend also applying the force F2 in the same direction. So now here the total force F1 and F2 is acting in the same direction. So now the box will easily move towards the direction you are applying force. So when the object is pushed from opposite direction by you and your friend, then the object may move or may not move. If F1 is greater than F2, then the object will move in the right hand side. If F2 is greater than, if F2 is greater than F1, then the object will move in the left hand side direction. And when F1 equal to F2, then the object will remain stationary. So these are the criteria for the movement of the object or not moving of the object. So any of the force applied by you or your friend must be equal for the stationary object to remain stationary, and if it is greater than, then the object will move in any direction. So in which direction the object will move in the second case will show that who is applying greater force. If the objects move this direction, that means your friend is applying greater force, and if object in the opposite direction, that means you are applying greater force than your friend. Have you ever seen a game of tug war? In this game, two teams pull at a rope in opposite directions. Members of both the teams try to pull the rope in their direction. Tug of war we have seen where is pulled by two teams from opposite direction. Sometimes the rope simply does not move. Is it not similar to the situation shown in the figure 11.3b? Yes, the team that pulls harder, that is apply larger force, finally wins the game. So when the pull does not move, that means both the team apply the same force on the rope. And when any of the team apply larger force in that very direction, the rope also move, and finally the team wins.